Hey guys, what is up? I got another Pokemon battle for you guys today, and I've brought for you all a rain team. This is actually an old battle that I just forgot to edit, so I've had it for a while. But the rain team is one of the first teams I set up just because I felt like it could be really powerful, especially with some of the Pokemon I got set up here. The opponent's team looks pretty decent. Looks like it could match up pretty well, which is good. I hate facing all those legendary spammers. But we're going to start off here. We're facing Antoine, and we are going to start off with our Pelipper. Pelipper's got a Drizzle, so get the rain up pretty easy. They're actually going to lead off with their Galarian Slowking. I haven't faced all of those yet, but I'm assuming they're going to go for the Trick Room. I don't know what else they'd want to go for, so I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out of here. Expecting him to go for the Trick Room, and then we'll get a free swap in, hopefully to force him to swap out. So on this U-turn, which does no damage, we are going to switch in our Electivire, as they indeed do go for the Trick Room. So now, that really sucks because I have Swift Swim Pokemon in the rain, so all the, it renders my Swift Swim basically useless while this Trick Room's up. So it literally turns up my strategy upside down, which is cool, but it also kind of sucks. This Slowking also has that drop speed item so that he can go even quicker in the Trick Room. And he's going for the Sludge Bomb. I live that Sludge Bomb really well. I am max HP, max attack. We're going to go for the Spin to win Darkest Lariat, and we don't take him out, which sucks. But we are going to force the swap out here. I was thinking about going for a different move, but I just thought Darkest Lariat hits pretty hard. So we stay with the Darkest Lariat. He swaps into the Blastoise here, and it's going to be a 3-hit KO on this Blastoise. Now, obviously I'm an Electric type, he knows I have Thunder Punch. I know I have Thunder Punch, but I didn't know what he wanted to do here, so he's actually going to double switch. He swapped in his Blastoise to take the hit, and he's going to swap out his Blastoise to switch in the Mamoswine. And Electivire doesn't feel like taking an Earthquake today, so we are going to swap out the Electivire, send out our Tangrowth. This Tangrowth is max HP, max defense, so we should be able to take an Earthquake pretty well. And we do. Now, I assume that he didn't want to stay in on a Tangrowth, just because that didn't do a lot of damage. Usually Mamoswine doesn't set up too much, and I can hit it with a super effective Giga Drain, grass move. And I'm trying to decide whether to go for knockoff on the switch, so that's what I do. I go for the knockoff just in case he switches, and he actually stays in here. He goes for the Icicle Spear, and this is doing pretty decent damage, but he only gets 2 off, which is great. We get the knockoff off, that's kind of funny, and we get rid of his Assault Vest. And now I think he's really going to switch out, because he'd have to get like 5 Icicle Spears to take out Tangrowth, and I don't even know if 5 would take take Tangrowth out, and we can go for the Giga Drain anyway and get a bunch of the health back. So I assume he's going to swap out. I'm actually going to swap out too, but I have no idea who's going to switch in. He probably, thinking back, I probably should have thought he's going to go into Slowbro or Slowking, just because the Trick Room's almost up. I don't have any special attack EVs invested on this Cradily. It is pure special defense and HP. But I go for the Earth Power anyway because this Slowking doesn't have too much health. But he's actually going to swap out too, and he's going to go into the Gallade, and the Gallade's going to take this Earth Power hit. And it does pretty decent damage on this Gallade. And then after that turn, the rain is actually going to stop. And so far this rain team hasn't really taken advantage of the rain all that much, but that's okay. We still got Pelipper. We're actually going to swap out and go into our Electivire here. Again, because we have that Darkest Lariat. He goes for the Hypnosis, which really sucks. It's going to put my Electivire to sleep. It actually lands. And instead of swapping out, I'm just going to leave Electivire in and hope he wakes up. And hope that Gallade doesn't start setting up on me. But as I say that, he is going to start setting up, and he goes for the Swords Dance. So this is pretty bad. Electivire doesn't wake up, and I just leave him again. Wondering if he goes for another Swords Dance, he's going to get greedy or not, but he doesn't get greedy. He stays in, only gets the 1 Sword Dance, and goes for the Zen Headbutt, and that's going to take out the Electivire. So this Gallade now is looking pretty scary with the 1 Swords Dance up. Hits pretty hard, it's got a pretty good attack stat. But that's okay because we got some pretty speedy answers here. But first, we need to swap in our Pelipper to get the rain back up, so that we can get a Swift Swim Pokemon going. Now, what I actually decided to do Instead of going for the U-turn, is I stay in and go for the Hurricane here. I am max HP, max defense, so I think maybe I could live one Zen Headbutt, and I do live that Zen Headbutt pretty well. And the Hurricane's gonna knock out the Gallade. So we didn't even need our Swift Swim Pokemon there. All we need is a big ass bird. So now he's actually gonna decide to swap in his Noivern, and I'm gonna decide to stay in. Pelipper's done its job. I've got the Damp Rock on him, so we're gonna have like 7 or 6 turns left of rain. I want to use as much as we can that rain. So I'm just gonna sack off the Pelipper here so we can swap in something speedy, see if we can take out this Noivern. So after the Air Slash takes out my Pelipper, I will be swapping in my Swift Swim Ludicolo. This is a max special attack, max speed Ludicolo, with Ice Beam, Giga Drain, Surf, and then Rain Dance just in case we gotta set it back up again. I go for the Surf here in case he decides to swap out, but he doesn't swap out, he stays in. This Surf does no damage, and now he's going to go for the Air Slash. But Ludicolo is so fast in that rain with the Swift Swim that the Air Slash actually misses, and it lets us go for an Ice Beam to take out that Noivern. That Air Slash miss was super clutch, because I think Ludicolo probably would have gotten absolutely destroyed by that Air Slash, and that would have really sucked. But he didn't get wrecked. He's out there doing his little dancey dance still, all happy, still in the rain. But now he's gonna swap in that Slowking again, and I'm assuming he's gonna go for the Trick Room, which really is gonna put a rain on my my Rain Parade here. If you get the joke. But we go for the Surf. Not gonna take out this Slowking. It's pretty bulky, and he is going to be able to get off this Trick Room here, which really sucks. I really want to take out this Slowking so we can finally, start sweeping things. I'll go for Surf again, but he's also going to go first. He goes for the Sludge Bomb, which Ludicolo does not like, and Ludicolo's going to live on 3 HP! What an absolute beast. He is definitely the all-star of this match. He's able to go for the Surf here, and it is going to take out the Slowking. What an absolute monster. This dude lived on 3 HP, dodges attacks, and just sweeps through other people's Pokemon. So, he's dancing a little slower now, but he's still dancing. So now he's going to send out the Blastoise, and he will be going first. And I kind of want to save my Ludicolo just in case the Trick Room ends, and I can get off one more special attack, Swift Swim attack, or something like that. So I swap in Cradily, my special defensive wall, and that super effective attack is going to do pretty little damage. I mean, Cradily does that pretty well, especially after the leftovers. So now I don't think there's too much that Blastoise can hit me that can be pretty hard besides that Flash Cannon. So I'm going to stay in and go for Giga Drain, and I'm actually slower, so under the Trick Room, I go first, and I get that Giga Drain off first, and that Blastoise is going to get absolutely wrecked. I get most of my health back off the Giga Drain, and then with leftovers, I'm almost at 100%. So Cradily's out here doing work. The rain stops, and we no longer have Pelipper, but that's okay. Because with the Trick Room up, the Swift Swim isn't really going to help us, but we can always set up the rain later another way. But now he's going to switch into Mamoswine, which for me, I think it's a pretty good matchup for Cradily. I think I could take an Earthquake and then hit it with the Giga Drain, so I'm going to go with the Giga Drain. Again, I forgot that we're in the Trick Room, so Cradily goes first, and this is going to do like half damage, which is pretty good. But then I realized it wasn't a super effective hit, so I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And surprise, it's a Zoroark. And the Zoroark's going to go for the knockoff, and that's going to hit really hard actually. And it's going to get rid of my leftovers, which is not nice. Cradily really like those, so I'm just going to stay in it again. Go with the Giga Drain. He goes for the U-turn, and I lived that still. That didn't kill me, even with the super effective hit. And I was wondering, what is he going to swap into? Is he going to swap into Mamoswine? And he does end up swapping into the Mamoswine. Now, remember, earlier in the battle, Tangrowth knocked off this Mamoswine's Assault Vest. So I think by that earlier knockoff, this Cradily is able to go for the Giga Drain and completely take out the Mamoswine in one shot. I completely forgot that Tangrowth knocked off his Assault Vest. I couldn't believe that Cradily took it out with one hit, and I guess my opponent also couldn't believe that Mamoswine got taken out in one hit. He was so surprised that he completely just rage quits. He could not handle the Cradily. But that's going to be the end of the battle. That was a pretty fun match. We didn't do too many crazy Swift Swim shenanigans, but we got pretty lucky with some RNG there. The air slash miss, try to say that 3 times fast, on the Ludicolo was really clutch. And then the knockoff on the assault vested Mammo Swine so that Cradily could take it out later. That was a huge move. But it was a lot of fun. I'll see if I can bring this team again. Maybe I'll update it. Maybe I'll swap some things out. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.